How can people dig deep and rely on faith?
If you let fear lead your path, you might end up in a scary destination. And I'm here to tell you, do it, jump, have faith. That's when the blessing comes. So when it does come, you would know where it came from because it's so evident.
Because all the odds were against you. Welcome back to the Black and Jewish podcast. I'm here with a special guest and friend, Or Mash. Or is a comedian with the Wildin' Out show. Or I'm so happy you're here. Oh my gosh.
So happy to be here, Ashira. I feel like we haven't seen each other for a minute now.
Since Purim in Jerusalem.
In Jerusalem.
Yes.
Purim in Jerusalem was
wild. What happens in Jerusalem stays in Jerusalem. We won't tell the stories of Jerusalem.
It was really fun. For me, it was good because it was Purim. And I was with the pink hair.
So you were already like in costume. For those of you who don't know, I don't want to say Purim is like Halloween because it's actually holy, but Purim, we do dress up in costumes.
Yeah. We dressed up in costume and I told everybody that I am a Queen Esther / Jewish Barbie. I think it was good because I saw, when I was growing up, they didn't really have Barbies that look kind of like me. They were mostly blonde, and so for some reason I thought that being beautiful I need to be blonde and look a little different from what I am. So when I had the opportunity, I go to the little girls and I'm like, I'm the Jewish Barbie. I'm the Hebrew Barbie.
Yes, Judean Barbie. Yeah. I love it.
So the girls know that it's cool. You can be who you are, and then little kids sometimes see it and they see the shoes and the pink hair and it looks like a glitch in the Matrix. And it just shows them that you can be who you are and it's okay.
Speaking of being who you are Israeli. You are of Egyptian background as well. As we know, the whole world is kind of against Israel, the Jewish people, Zionists, insert whatever term you want. And you work in Hollywood, where a lot of people seemingly online do not support Israel and the Jewish people. How are you navigating the Hollywood space right now and navigating this narrative that all Jews are white and you are not a white Jew?
Yeah. I think that, first of all, kavanah, which is the Hebrew word, kind of like the energy behind your actions, matters. The intent behind your actions and behind your words, it really matters, and people can feel that. The way I move, the way I was brought up, is that we're all God's children. When I was in Israel, I prayed to God to allow me to play with His funniest children. That was my prayer.
Wow.
And He gave that to me. It manifested to, now I'm playing, even while now it is games, and I'm playing with the funniest children on this planet. So, looking at that, I think, people want to put all kinds of people in boxes and categories and names to dehumanize them. It doesn't really matter from which side you on. I think that's wrong. At the end of the day, we're all God's kids.
Yeah.
And as a Jewish woman, I was taught from a very young age to really have that mindset and to really walk the earth with that mindset. When I walk into a comedy room, I don't walk in, I'm Jewish, I'm Egyptian, I'm Israeli, I'm all these things. But when I walk in the comedy club, I'm a comedian. And I'm a comedian first. And I think that, my job is to make human beings laugh. And I think if I do that, then that makes the work. That goes a very long way. So I don't have to go into all these boxes and all these narratives that they're forcing kind of people to go in so they can, do what they want to do. I
and
go
cause
in,
like division.
they cause division.
Yeah.
I am not a messenger of division or a war complex.
Yeah.
Or the weapons or anything like that. I'm a messenger of laughter.
Yeah. Joy.
I'm a messenger of laughter and joy. So when I walk with that mindset to every room I'm in, people can feel that. People can sense that.
Yeah.
And you give everybody from all walks of life the respect, because if they're here on this planet, then Hashem, God, wanted them to be here on this planet. And
so do you feel like because you walk in that truth and that energy, and that's how you show up when you come into rooms, that you are received that way as well? So meaning like you just, like maybe you're not having terrible experiences in Hollywood because you're just showing up like loving and,
yeah,
as a human being first, not as all of the identities that I have.
Yeah, I think so too. I had all kinds of experience, and I've done comedy in all kinds of rooms. I've done comedy in all Jewish rooms. I've done comedies just American rooms. I've even done comedy for pro-Palestinians.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
How did that go?
It was great because I walked in, like I said, I'm a comedian first. My job is to make human beings laugh.
Yeah.
And if I make these people laugh and they can feel the light that's in my heart that is so pure.
Yeah.
Maybe one day they can say, I know one Israeli and she was good. And she wasn't, this. You lead by example, and that's what I'm trying to do.
Do you believe that laughter and joy can bring unity?
Yes, I do believe, and it does, because, for example, after that show that I've done for Palestinians, even though on paper they, before I start speaking, I represent what they're protesting about. When I start speaking and making them laugh, by the end of the show, I have a bunch of Palestinian and pro-Palestinian said, "You were very funny," and they came to shake my hand. And for me, that was everything, and that was a real, for me, the epiphany of what my father and my parents taught me to do.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Tell me about your journey from Israel to LA and how you ended up on Wildin' Out.
Okay. It's a long story.
Let's get into it.
Okay. So, I've went to college. I've landed a good job, a good,
what did you study in school?
Communication.
Okay, great.
And business, which is, by the way, I think going to school for business might be the worst business decision you ever make. Like, just gonna
it didn't help you?
In a lot of debt. Like that's the first mistake they teach you.
Right.
But I went to business school and communication school, and then I got a job in a high-tech company, and I was doing well for myself. But I kept feeling like something is missing, like something is off, and I didn't know what. And I thought maybe something is wrong with me. Maybe something like, like what? And then one day I got into a very deep depression, because I couldn't tell what is wrong. I couldn't tell, why do I have all these things and I've done everything by the book and I'm still not happy. I thought something is wrong with me. And I always felt like I had a dream in my heart, but I was a little scared to go at it, because it's safer what I'm doing right now. I'm getting good salary. I'm making my parents proud. And also, going to America, okay, I don't know anybody in America. I don't know, a single person in America, and me and my friend used to go to the river of Jordan. And we used to jump in the water and swim in the water almost every summer. And this summer I went, and we were at the place where you jump to the water, and all my friends were in the water. And for the first time in my life, I could not jump.
Wow.
I could not jump. And I made this jump my entire life as a child even. This time I froze. I could not jump. And my friends are like, oh, come on, what do you could jump. I think 20 minutes in, my friends are like giving up. And there's two ways to go down. You either jump or you go back like a little,
Yeah, you can curse.
like a little bitch.
We're not censored here.
Okay, so you either jump or you a bitch.
Yeah.
What's it gonna be? And I didn't know what was, and I was going through all these turbulence, these emotional turbulence of like having these dreams and being scared, and I can't jump, and what am I doing? And I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna go back. And on my way back, there was like this skinny man that was just sitting there on a rock. I swear, this is the type of shit that happens in Israel.
What happened? Only in Israel.
A skinny man in the river of Jordan is sitting on a rock. And as I pass him, he looks over to me and he goes, if you let fear lead your path, you might end up in a scary destination.
Wow.
And then he jumps and disappears, and I could only see his little Speedo disappearing. And I'm like, and that sentence stayed with me. It stayed with me this whole time. If you let fear lead your way, you might end up in a scary destination.
Wow.
And
what did that mean to you in that moment?
in that moment, it meant that I was scared to make the move, to make the jump, because it was going to the unknown. And in some ways, it's the ultimate test of faith. Because you have to, you don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know. You can tell your friends like, oh, I have this dream and I want to go to America and I want to become a comedian. I want to do all those stuff. And most of these people will think you're crazy.
Yeah.
Or delusional. And also another thing about a dream, I would say good advice is don't tell people.
Yeah.
In the beginning, because in the beginning, it's not the dream is it's too early to have legs to stand all the opinions of people who love you.
Yeah.
Or who don't, whatever it is.
It's kind of like in Judaism, we share the blessing after the blessing is here.
After the blessing
is here, then we share it.
Yeah.
We don't share like what we're like praying for or working for until it manifests.
Until it manifests, because sometimes, they can kill your dream without even it could be your loved ones.
Yeah.
They don't mean to. They just, they're looking out for your well-being, but they don't know that you have to do this. Some things God puts in your heart and you have to do.
Yeah.
You have to do it for your own well-being, because it's a horrible feeling to grow old and say, well, I wish I would have, I could have, I all this stuff, right?
Yeah. I just want to tell you, you're warming my heart. One thing I love about Israelis that people don't know, like, there's nothing shallow about an Israeli. Like when you come and you speak to Israeli, like you guys just get deep right away. It's just like you in the heart, There's no like that American culture of like, how are you? Good. It's just like,
no. Let me tell you about the river of Jordan and the skinny man.
Yes. And the deep words of wisdom. Like I love it so much. Okay. Yeah. So the skinny man says this to you. Then what happens?
Skinny man with a beard. Said he looked biblical. It was crazy, and then he just disappeared like that. And that sentence stayed with me. And I think that a week later, it was a holiday, and I bought a one-way ticket to Los Angeles.
Wow.
Without knowing anybody here.
Yeah.
And I remember I went to the bank and to take us some dollars and a credit card to work in America. And the bank said, oh, we did a mistake. This credit card only works in Europe.
Oh, no.
And we can send it to you by Monday, but the flight is in a few hours. And I'm like, oh, what do you mean? Like, so in 1 minute, like, not only I don't know anybody in LA, I don't have a way to use my money.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So you have no credit card?
No credit card, no anything. It was like I feel like sometimes God will test you to see how much you believe in him.
Yeah.
It made me think about the story of Moses. When Moses hit the
rock instead of speaking
to it.
Yeah.
You know, Hashem was mad at him. And my interpretation also, one of the reasons he was mad at him, because sometimes God would make it seem like everything is against you. There is no odds for you. Okay, so he wanted it to seem like there is no possible way a man would speak to a rock and water starts flowing. Right? There's it. So the miracle of God will be so evident. You know,
and too, his experience had only been to hit the rock, because previously that's how they got water. He hit the rock every time.
Rock.
Yeah, go ahead.
So the doubt that Moses had in his heart is kind of like he doubted God too.
Yeah,
and that's why he made him upset, because that doubt now puts doubt in whoever's seeing it. Say, oh, maybe he hit it a certain way. That's why God didn't want him to hit anything. Right. Because sometimes when you feel like everything is seemingly on paper against you, there is no odds. You have no odds to get this.
Yeah.
You know, that's when the blessing comes. So when it does come, you would know where it came from.
Because it's so evident.
Because
all the odds were against you. So you land to LA. You don't have no money, or you don't have access to any money.
I don't have no. Well, first of all, before I went on the plane, I called my sister.
Okay.
And I said, Bart, you know, all this is happening. I have this flight. I don't know anybody. You know what to do. And my sister thinks for a second, and she goes, "Don't worry about it. Go on that plane. God will be with you."
Yeah, such an Israeli answer.
It is an Israeli answer.
Such an Israeli answer. Why are you worried? God is with you.
Don't worry. God is with you.
And I'm always like, okay. Yeah. That's the Israeli way.
So I went on that plane, and I started doing stand-up, and I started doing going to mics and doing all this stuff and the grind. I remember one show, there was a bucket, and it was leaking on the stage right next to the comedian speak. It was leaking.
Oh my goodness.
And you can hear
all the drops.
And that was even the worst part. The show interrupted because there was gunfire at the outside, and that was even the worst part. After everybody came out, the producer brought everybody back in.
Oh my God.
And so now I have to tell a joke. What the fuck am I gonna say? I have to.
He's like, no, we're gonna continue the show.
So, you know, but it's the grind. You pay your dues. You do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
And then, you know.
So when did you have your miracle moment? You're grinding for how long?
I had miracle moments first of all, it's a miracle I'm even alive.
Baruch Hashem.
I had miracles all through my journey. And I remember when Wild 'N Out, you know, the casting associates, you know, they cast for new talent, new people to audition. Luckily, my name came up in their ears. By the way, shout out to Jamar. I love you, Jamar. Thanks. And then I got a message saying, hey, we would like for you to send a tape for Wild 'N Out. And my sister, I asked my sister if she was like, hey, can you come tape me? And I did a little rap, and where she taped me was like I was staying with friends. It was like a beautiful place, and like with the pool and everything. And she was taping me, and I was like, Ophir, I'm not feeling this. Like this is, I don't know, I'm not feeling this.
Yeah.
And she goes like, you want to go eat some shawarma? And I was like, why, you want to tape in the shawarma? And she's like, no, I'm hungry, but yeah, but that's a good idea. So we go to the shawarma falafel place, and I'm standing in the line, and I go, oh my God, Ophir, I have an idea. The moment the girl gives me my pita, my shawarma pita, start recording. She's like, what? Just don't ask questions. Start recording. She's like, okay, fine. So the girl gives me the food.
Yeah.
And I start rapping on it like it's a microphone.
No way.
You know,
so you're rapping on the shawarma.
I'm
For those of you who don't know, the shawarma is like shaped like a burrito.
Yeah, it's like a burrito. Like rapping in shawarma. I go, hey, my name is Zora Mash. I'm trying to join your cast because I'm tired of driving DoorDash. I want to make more cash. You see it in my forecast.
Hey.
You know, Newsflash, I'm Israeli. I smoke more than Wiz and Snoop daily. So, and I do that, and I send it, and, you know, I forget about it. Because in Hollywood, there's a rule, because you don't want to have your heart broken. You send it, and you let it go. Okay. If it comes, it comes. Kind of like when you order from AliExpress, you know?
Right.
You order it and you let it go.
You never know. It might come or it might not.
There's no same-day shipping, but it costs $2. If it comes, it comes. But, you know, 2 weeks later, I get a message from saying, hey, this is the producers of MTV, Wild 'N Out. We want to get in a Zoom call with you. And I'm like, oh my God, what are we doing? And I don't know what to do. And I was like, yeah, sure, let's do it. And I get in the Zoom, and they say, we really like your audition. And it was a Zoom with like maybe 20 more people that they handpicked, like, and they said we want.
Oh, everyone was interviewing at the same time, kind of.
It
thing?
was like
like a group interview.
Well, it's the producer saying, "Hey guys, we've selected you, and we're gonna fly you out to Atlanta because we want to see you battle live."
Okay, so now you had to battle for the spot.
So yeah, so I'm like, oh my God, I think I got myself in a pickle.
Why?
Because I didn't know, you know, I said battle. I'm gonna battle rappers. I'm gonna battle rappers in Atlanta now, and then, you know, I don't have a background of a battle rapper.
Yes,
I'm a comedian. I rap in a studio.
Yeah,
but rapping in a studio is very different from battle rap. It's a very different art form. First of all, in a studio.
So this is what they wanted. They wanted battle rap.
Some of it is it's the wild style, is the battle rap.
Okay.
They also got games. They got improv games, and all the games is on the spot improv.
Okay.
I wasn't worried about the games, comedy, but I was like, I know how to rap.
Yeah.
But I don't have a battle rapper background.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh no. So I just pray to God. I was like, Daddy, I think I fucked up. Help me, Daddy. Be with me with this audition. Please, Daddy, please. And
so what happened, no?
I go to the audition, and I bring my A game. I bring my all. I bring my faith. I pray every morning to my Father, and I say, come with me, you know, so we can kick ass, you know, and battle these rappers and show them your power, Daddy.
So you got up there and you did good.
And I did good. And
Okay.
I did good. And I think...
So wait, when you started battle rapping, did it just come to you? Were you like, whoa, like the Ruach just kind of flew?
Well, I knew one thing. I said, listen, I am not... I am who I am.
Yeah.
I am not going to try to be something I'm not. I am not a rapper from Atlanta.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna try to beat these artists in this game.
Right.
What I can do is bring my game.
Right.
which is very different, and I can be the best version of myself. I can't if you try to be the best version of that person, you would lose every single time.
Every time.
Because that's not how God made you. God made you special. God gave you these things. So if you try to just always beat yourself, be the best version of yourself and go as close to who you are, you have a chance. Because that's different. That's different.
Yeah.
So I came in with that motto of like, don't pretend to be something you are not. Just be who you are and have your faith.
Yeah.
And I think the bar that got the best response is somebody made fun of my English, of my accent.
Okay.
And I said, oh, you want to teach me English? Please do. But first, there's something that I can teach you. שכבתי עם אמא שלך ואמרתי לה, I just said I fucked your mom in Hebrew. They threw the hat inside me for 5 seasons.
Wow.
And that's what I knew. That's what I knew, like, you know, if you come, the energy that you come in every room really matters.
Or how can people get to the level of faith that you're at? Like, how can people dig deep and just really rely on faith? Like, what's one thing they can do to increase that muscle, like that faith muscle? Because a lot of people don't have emunah. Like, they just don't, you know? And they could believe in God and they know God is real, but to take risks, like you said, like, they can't jump. So, like,
and
what
I
would
couldn't
you
jump too.
Yeah. So what are you going to tell them to do? Like, to just, you know, people can hear your story and feel so inspired, and then the next day just forget about it. Like, what can you tell them, like, that one thing to do to, like, keep the motion of faith or start the motion of having faith?
Well, there's a few things to do. Loving yourself from a place of, you understand that when you look in the mirror, this face, all these features, God is not something separate from you. God is in you. We all have a little bit of God in us. He puts the idea in your heart. He makes you sound the way you are. He makes you look the way you are. If you are a creation of God, and He loves you, how can you not love yourself? With all, sometimes, you know, we mess up. Like I said, Daddy, I fucked up. Like, we mess up. You accept yourself that you're not a perfect person. But those imperfections, me not being able to jump, is why I can tell you today that I was not able to jump. So somebody's going to look at this interview when you put it up and say, I have my own jump to jump.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I'm here to tell you, do it. Jump. Have faith. Because when you have faith, you open the door for the miracles to come in. And when things get really hard, sometimes it's for the miracle to come in. So you would know there was no chance. There was no chance. So it has to be.
Yeah.
It has to be a miracle. It has to be magic.
Yeah.
I also have this, practically, I also have this thing where I wake up in the morning and before I look at my phone, I say a grace, Modani lefanecha. And you can say, it's a thank you. It's a thank you. And then if that's the first thing you say in the morning before you look at the phone, your day goes a little different.
Yes, it does. I can contest to that for sure. You got to say Modani.
And, you know, life is short. What I realized too is that He just wants us to have fun.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just about having fun. Whatever it is you're passionate about doing, if you're passionate about it, it's going to be fun for you to do.
Yeah.
Whether he's a comedian, a chef, a bowler, a AI person, a high tech person, a director, whatever it is. And if you go at it and you have fun, you're going to be better than other people that are not doing it for fun.
Yeah.
Because it's work for them.
Yeah.
You're going to be excellent.
Yeah.
You know, and you just have to always be more excellent. You know, in Judaism, there's this term that's called tikkun.
Yeah. To fix.
Yeah, fixing is not the right really
Translation
for it, right? Tikkun. Yeah, it's on paper is to fix, but it's like how are you have this lifespan, and you trying to be always better and better and better for yourself.
Yeah.
You know, for example,
Is it like maybe to improve
yourself,
yeah.
to improve yourself. Yeah, there's all kinds of things you can do, but looking at myself in the mirror, looking in my eyes, and knowing that the struggles that I was put through, God put me through because he knows I can handle it. And then from the other hand, he gave me a gift to tell it. And whatever it is your gift is, if you have a struggle, he knows you can carry it. And not only you carry it, you will live to heal other people. And that's what he wants you to do. I read I think Mesilat Yesharim, it says Yetzer Hara. How would you translate it, Yetzer Hara? It's
evil inclination.
Evil inclination.
Yeah.
So in the Judaism, one of the interpretations said the evil inclination.
Metzilat Sharim is Songs of Solomon?
I don't know the translation in English.
Okay.
It's yeah.
Yeah, I think it's the book just for them to know.
Yeah. No, please. And you will be my translator.
No, it was like, kaha, but
it says, well, the Yetzer Hara, the evil inclination, it has what I've learned, it has a job and it has a goal. Its job is to make you fall. Okay?
Yeah.
That's the is to make you fall.
Yeah.
Its goal is for you to beat it.
I never heard this.
I've just recently learned it in the book.
Wow.
So I'm like, wow, that's so interesting.
Yeah.
Because I've never thought of it like that. Its job is to make you fumble and fall and trip, whatever it is.
But
and
the goal is for you to beat it.
To beat it. And so whatever your Yetzer Hara, the evil inclination is, it could be in the form of doubt. It can be in the form of bad company that you're surrounding yourself. It can be in the form of being not kind to yourself. Whatever it is, the inclination is, it has a job, but its goal is for you to beat it.
I love that you said that. I was recently listening, to some rabbi, and he was talking about in Judaism, we believe that we can overcome our nature. And this kind of is what separates us from other religions because, people say, therapists teach you how to live with your trauma or how to navigate your personality traits or whatever. But we actually believe, no, you can actually overcome your traits and you can overcome your nature because God can change nature for you. And so it reminds me of that. Like your goal is to beat the Yetzer Hara. Some people might feel like, no, this is just how I made. This is my mazal. This is my zodiac sign. So this is, the negative parts of me. This is just what it is.
Yeah.
And it reminds me of like when God was speaking to Abraham, he said, I'm going to give you control of everything above the stars. So not that things under the stars aren't real, but that because we are above the stars, we get to control nature. We get to change the things. We get to control and change our nature if we choose to.
And that's the word, is the choice.
Yeah.
That's how you change it, with the choice. Now, you can choose bad yesterday. It doesn't mean you can't choose right today.
Right.
and that's how you change the nature.
Yes.
And they say that every day in Judaism, God said every day is Bereshit. Every day is Genesis.
That means he creates. Bereshit means to create. So every day is, the new day is being created every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
we think there was just creation one time.
Every day there's creation.
But every day there's creation.
So if every day there's creation, every day you can make a new choice. Every day the sun shines, it's a new beginning. Every day is a new beginning. You know, we're not perfect.
Yeah.
But you can look back and say, last week and the week before that, these have been my choices. And it kind of led me to a place I don't really like, or a version of me I don't really like, or I'm settling for something that I know that I'm more, whatever it is, in your heart the truth.
Yeah.
Maybe today I will choose different. It might be harder.
Yes.
Because it's easier to choose.
And you guys, you don't have to wait till Monday to do it. You can do it whatever day it falls on.
It's
the next day.
You can do it the next day. You know, you can do it the next day. Even or in Hebrew means light.
Yeah.
In English, it's a choice. This or that.
Yes.
Light is a choice too. And it said, and God put light on there. There was darkness all over the earth, and the Lord put light.
Yeah.
And then he said, "Ve'yareh ki tov," and he see that the light is good.
Yeah.
So he chose to light. We can choose too.
Yeah.
To choose light.
Yeah.
And it's a little choice. It could be a big choice. It could be sometimes your child is acting up or something, and you're like whatever it is like made of little choices. And look, I'm sitting here. I'm not perfect, but the reason that I know this is because I've made bad choices, and I make the good choices. Sometimes sure I chose darkness.
We don't know what that part means.
You're having a bad day. You're like, fuck it.
Right.
Fuck. You sometimes, the nature gets a hold of you.
Yeah.
And sometimes you get the hold of the nature.
Or, what I love about your story? It reminds me of a pasuk King David said in Tehillim. He said,
Psalm.
How do I say this? He said,
right? Tehillim is Psalm?
Psalms in English.
Psalm. I can't even say it. Psalm.
That's what, because listen, people need to just say the Hebrew word. We just need to learn it in Hebrew and say it what it is. We don't know all these English translations.
So in English, in Hebrew is Tehillim, but in English, just for me
Psalms.
to Psalms.
Psalms. Yes.
Okay.
He says that I await for God like a guard awaits for the morning. And one of the interpretations is that if I tell you to stand outside and I will release you, guard my store and I'll release you at 12 o'clock. Do you know if I'm coming? No. But if you stand outside and I say, or guard my store until the morning, you know that the morning's always coming.
Yeah.
So we know God is always coming. And so King David says, I wait for God like a guard waits for the morning.
Yeah.
Because the morning will always come. We don't ever have to guess. And so it's like, that's how your story sounds to me. Like God always came. He always showed up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's how you can build the faith, because he's always coming.
Yeah. And also, I think sometimes he works through human beings.
Yeah.
So if I had people helping me down the road, and I'm a woman of faith, so in my eyes, this is the work of God. He sent this person to help me out.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be in that position too one day. I will be in that position too, and I pray that I will be there. What they was for me, I can be for
them.
For them, and then it's like contagious.
Yes.
It's contagious. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. And if if you don't make the right choice that day, it's okay. I pray and I say, Daddy, I fucked up again. Help me.
Help me.
Help me.
Help me. Yes. Or I feel like I need you to just like leave us with a blessing. Like,
Oh my
just
God.
bless us, a little prayer. Like, come on,
Well,
please.
before we leave, I think this is such a one-of-a-time opportunity. Last time we were together in Jerusalem.
Yes. Now we're in Miami.
And now we're in Miami.
Stark difference.
You know what time it is? You know what time it is?
Not as holy.
I want to know a little bit about, yourself, your story. Just tell me.
Oh, now you're turning the interview on me?
Please, come on. Like
This
a little
is the
bit.
Or story.
No, but I'll tell you something. A lot of people don't know that, people like us, are exist. Even.
Yeah.
They don't know. And sometimes you have to be the living proof.
Yeah, it's true. So I've been living in Israel for the last 2 years. I've lived in Israel 3 times. I am Jewish. I am Black. My family has the story that we are from the lost tribes of Israel, from Africa. And that's me in a nutshell. But I love living in Israel. I'm an Orthodox Jew. I, practice our Jewish traditions and our customs, and I love it. Israel, there's no place like earth like Israel. Like, it doesn't exist. It's so holy. It's the place that you need to go if you want to see God. I always say that. It's not India. It's not Bali. I'm sure those places are beautiful. But if you want to meet God, you have to go to Jerusalem. And Israel, the reason why I love Israel is because when I'm in Israel, it directs you. Israel directs you in the place that you should go. It directs you to purpose. Yeah. It connects you to yourself. When I'm outside of Israel, I'm chasing all of these things. I want to do this. I want to do that. But when I'm in Israel, I'm like, oh, I'm reminded of like what is important, what my soul wants, not just what my flesh and my body and, what people tell me, influence, the outside influences that I have. In Israel, you can hear your soul. And like I said before, Israelis, like, they're so deep. There's no casual conversation with an Israeli. Like, you guys are not like, how are you and goodbye. It's like, you connect with them like family, like immediately. That's how Israelis are. Like, when you connect with them, they want to connect with you in a deep level. Nothing is shallow. Everything there is so deep. And I think that's why Israel's such an intense place to live. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because there's nothing shallow. There's nothing fake. Like, the people aren't fake. The cities aren't fake. Everything is real and everything's intensified. But it's the place to be.
Yeah, and I'm so glad we met each other that Shabbat in Jerusalem. It was really fun.
I know.
Shout
out to Chaya. Chaya's going to come on the show soon, too. I love her.
We should all do a thing. Let me know.
Oh, that would be nice. Yeah. Maybe we can even do it in Israel. Who knows?
Yeah.
Bezrat Hashem.
Bezrat
Hashem. Or we get Chaya to come to Miami.
Yeah.
But stay tuned. I think I'm going to try to get Or to rap for us. So let's see. But Or, I want you to give us a blessing and a little prayer before we end.
Let's open our... Okay.
Do we need to close our eyes or no?
You can do what you want.
Okay. I'm just going to receive.
Abba, Daddy. Should I do it in both languages? Okay.
Please, do in both. Hebrew and English, if you can translate at the same time.
Abba, Daddy. First of all, thank you. Thank you for giving us all these blessings, all these miracles. Please allow us to always push for unity and love and togetherness for all your kids, Daddy, because we love you and we just want to chill. And we just want to have a good time and all just live our lives and have fun. So make it fun. Thank you. Please bless Ashira and the podcast. And we love you. Ahava, Shalom, V'toda.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much. Or thank you for your time. I so appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Ashira. This has been amazing. I love it.
I love you.
I love you too, girl. This has been so fun. I love Miami, man.
Hey.
Hold on, let me put my Miami glasses.
Okay.
Ooh! Yeah! I love Miami.
Well, that is a wrap on this episode. Comment down below. How are you walking out your faith? Do you have a lot of faith right now? Do you need to jump? Do you feel encouraged to jump and go after your dreams? Please like, comment, and share this episode. And until next week, I'll see you then.